Good morning, YouTube. BD King 721. It is Friday morning, and it's time for an update. 2018 Topps Chrome set collecting purples and blues non-autos. I wanted to give you an update on where I stand. It's been a little bit over 2 weeks since the product came out and was released. In fact, I think it released the day of the Nationals, I believe. It was the first, so I think that might have been the first day of the Nationals, or maybe the day before the first day of the Nationals. I wish I could have been there to rip some packs and rip some boxes open, but I was unfortunately not able to make it this year. Looking forward to next year and hopefully meeting some of you guys out there. But for right now, I was able to bust some product as well as participate in a very big group break on off of Blowout forums. So what you see in front of me is what I have at the moment. There's still a bunch that's coming in the mail from purchases I've made and trades I've made, but this is what I've been able to acquire already. And I actually opened a retail case maybe about a week ago. I have that video up if you haven't seen that. And I wanted to just show you a bunch of cards that are not a part of the sets that will be for trade or for sale, just so that you can see what other things I have. That's what this pile is. This pile here is all the purple that I already have. This pile here is already the blue that I already have. And of course, I've got a blue Mr. Trout over here. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Sorry if this video is going to run a little long. I don't make too many videos, so when I actually do, I actually talk a little bit more than I probably should. So apologize for that. So here are some of the extras that I've been able to acquire. I think some of this stuff you've already seen on videos if you've watched my previous videos. This is one of those rookie debut medallion cards. This is Noah Syndergaard. I think they can also be autographed if you're lucky enough to get one of those. Photo variation of Benintendi. Photo variation of Chris Bryant. Photo variation of Anthony Rizzo. I've got purple Josh Donaldson, blue Miguel Gomez, green Brett Gardner, green Russell, green wave of Tim Beckham, green wave of Lindor, green wave of Kimbrel, green wave of Kluber. As you can see, I got a lot of green wave cards. Green wave of George Springer, green wave of Gregorius, green wave of Archer. There's a blue wave of Rougned Odor, a gold of Schwarber, gold wave of Miller, Jackie Bradley Jr. gold wave, Alex Colomé gold wave, and a red wave of Alex Colomé, which is numbered to 5. The autos that I don't have too many because I haven't really opened a lot of product up, but I've got Miguel Gomez twice. These are base autos. Trevor Williams, Max Fried, Chris Stratton, Jordan Luplow, Adrian Sanchez. Really nice Gleyber Torres redemption, which is not redeemed. I'm looking to sell that actually because you can get a pretty good penny for that one. Caratini refractor auto, number to 499. Here's a blue of Garrett Cooper, number to 150. Oh, and then I've got some other cards in here. Where am I? There's another auto I had. I guess I didn't bring it with me. Anthony Rizzo blue, Edwin Diaz blue, Justin Bour green wave, blue wave of Salvador Perez, and a blue of Benintendi. I do have a green wave auto of Austin Meadows, and I guess I did not bring that with me. Sorry about that. That's one of the better cards that I have. I don't know what I did with it. That's kind of odd. I didn't miss it, did I? Let me just see real quick. No, I don't think I missed it. Must be at home somewhere. That's pretty odd. Okay. So those are the cards that I have sort of on the side, just extras. As you can see, I have a ton of purple I'm up to, my count right now is 104 as of today. This is probably a stack of about half of that, maybe 50 to 60, maybe not that much. So I have quite a bit coming. I did purchase the Otani, which is the glare is really bad here. Turn this off. Is that a little better? There you go. So here's the Otani. I bought this off a guy off Blowout. He was really nice with the price. He gave me a little bit of a discount since I was a set collector, and he didn't want to pay eBay fees and all that stuff. So got this for a pretty good price. Had to take advantage of that. But I'm up to 104 there. And then I've got about half of that in blues. I think I have around 50 or 55 blues. So that's a pretty good start on the blues. The blues will take a lot longer. I don't have really any of the big guys yet, except for this guy over here. And I wanted to highlight this card because I wanted to tell you a story. I'm already 6 minutes into the video, but I'll tell you the story real quick. One of the things I've learned over the last few years in this hobby is that there's a lot of nice people in this hobby, and you don't really run into them all that often because most people are trying to make a buck or two off of the cards, especially when people are like me trying to fill sets and maybe have PCs, or they collect certain players or teams or whatever. The guy I ran into that had this card had about, I'd say about 10 or so purples and blues that he was willing to sell me from breaks that he was in, and this was one of them. And the other guys were all just average, no big stars in the pile, but this was the big one. And he sold it to me, the lot of about 10 cards, for about $25. And I said to him, you can get about 30 or 40 for this card alone. And he wrote me a very nice note in Blowout forums and in a private message saying that he knows that very well, although he knows me to be a big set collector of this stuff, and he'd rather see the card go somewhere that's going to have a very valuable home rather than going to somebody who is maybe just trying to flip it. And so he was willing to sell it to me for a couple of dollars or $3 when you go to a per card price. And he didn't mind losing the $25 or $30 on this card just by giving it to me for that price. So unbelievably kind and generous. Every once in a while I'll run into a guy like that, and I'm extremely appreciative of it. And those are the people that really keep me in this hobby, because this is such an expensive hobby and I'm such a low-end collector that guys like that or people like that really make this hobby run. So I hope you guys run into people like that. I know it's rare, but I know they're out there, and a lot of you guys I feel the same way about. I think some of you guys are in that same category. So I really appreciate all your input and your feedback and your comments. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you're new to my channel. Would appreciate more input, and I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.